Some of us are still trying to discover what we are supposed to be doing, what we are supposed to, have and be doing, but we don't know. So, how do we discover this new opportunity that is right there? And some of us may even think that we've wasted time, right? We've wasted years. Have you felt that way before? So, anyway, we are leading into the conversation.
Oh,
New year, new opportunities, no wasted time, right?
no.
But it may feel that way. Let's talk about that.
Okay. So thank you. And as you said, New Year's come with new opportunities. And sometimes we go into the new year with the past experiences, and that can tie you
Mm.
down and that can limit you. Um, did you say we should talk about how I discovered or how to discover your purpose
Yeah,
a little bit?
yeah. How did you, and how can we
Yes.
in this new year?
So, to discover your purpose, it's always come from your interest. What you're already doing can lead you further down the line to know why you were born and what you need to be doing. I started teaching as a national service personnel in Ghana. And I never wanted to be a teacher because my father was a teacher and I didn't want to be a teacher. But gradually, I found myself loving teaching and I went to teachers training college and I continued. And that is why I'm still a teacher now. And I love teaching because I love
Mm.
to affect lives. So I love working with children and even families. And through teaching, I became a Sunday school teacher. I became a teacher of the word. And now I'm
Mm.
gradually stepping into my purpose, the actual purpose, that is life coaching. So your interest can lead you to discover who you are. And also your pain points, you said I'm a founder of Mothers of Zion, Deborah's
Mhm,
Rise.
mhm,
After working with children and families for a long time, and especially being in the United States, I'm a mother, and I saw
mm.
how my children were living their lives in the high schools and in the elementary schools, and even the students I teach. Then I realized in Sunday school, most of the kids that come to our churches, they behave as if they are in the classroom. So I realized
Mhm.
that no, Christians, we need to get up. We need to stand up and start teaching our children, praying for our children, and making sure that they don't lose their faith. That is how I established Mothers of Zion to get other mothers to cooperate with me to stand up for our kids and pray for them. So your interest can help you to discover your purpose and your pain points. I went through a lot raising a teenager
Mm.
in this country. And that, and that is why I created that group to get mothers to start praying. And we have a lot of mothers sharing testimonies of
Wow.
how that prayer group is helping them. So that is a little bit I can share with knowing who you're.
Amazing.
And I
Amazing.
realize that if we are not careful, we will carry over the pains and the disappointments of the previous year into the new year. But
Yes.
I love the scripture in Isaiah 43, verse 19. It says, "God
Mm.
is doing a new thing." And
Mhm.
even when we go furthermore, it says that what He will make way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. So even through all those challenges, through
Mm.
all those pain, the trial, the tribulation, the death, we lost a lot of people. We lost our job, we lost our livelihood. Even through that, God can still do something new. God
Mm.
can still do something that will make you become a blessing to your family and to the nation. If we really want to make sure we are not missing out on these opportunities, then there are some things I want us to pay attention to.
Okay.
We need to cast our eyes forward instead of
Mm.
backward. You know, let's not continue to uh, somebody will say cry over spilled milk.
Oh.
The 18th verse of chapter 43 of Isaiah says, "Remember ye not the former things,
Mm.
neither consider the things of old." We
Mm.
may remember, but we shouldn't remember it in such a way that it affects our progress. We need
Yeah.
to remember it to make improvement and progress. It should challenge us to do things differently instead of remembering it to cry.
Oh, yes.
Instead of remembering it, and we are saying by the rivers of Babylon, we hang our tools and all that, and we refuse to move forward. We should cast our eyes forward and trust that if God says he's going to do a new thing, he is going to do a new thing. And we need to align ourselves with God so we can move forward. Another thing I want us to talk about is the fact that we have to approach this year with a sense of expectation. We have to have a sense of faith, strong faith that if God said he would do it, he will do it. Yes. I strongly believe that God preserved our lives for a purpose. I believe a lot of people died. They are still here. Why? We need to find out why we didn't die. It doesn't mean that those who died are more evil than us or something. There are people who died that were so righteous, but they still died. It means that the rest of us, God has an assignment for us. And we want to find out what that assignment is. There is a purpose, a reason why we are still here. And we want to make sure we find it. Like last year, I found out that I needed to start something that I had never thought of. And that is how I'm even here with Pastor Tina. Oh my goodness. Some of us have made great mistakes. Some of us have made great mistakes in life. You know, yesterday, I was fixing my video and I turned my head and I was looking at my neck and I called my son. I'm like, yeah, look at my neck. I'm growing. That is why I'm passionate about calling other people, the young generation, to get started. Because I'm 25 years. This year I'll be 55 years old.
Really? 55? And you are dreaming again?
But I started going up after my dreams only last year. You will say wasted years. Yes and no. Yes and no. And yes to help others to get started. And no, because you need to use your mistakes to propel you to get going.
Wow.